We want to welcome all the graduates, the esteemed faculty, guests, family, friends, and our fans that just want to hear this awesome speech. Thank you for joining us today on this momentous occasion, where we reach the pinnacle of our student lives and move to become professional nurses and nurse practitioners.
Whoa, you're starting out way too emotional. I didn't even bring any tissues up here. We're gonna have to slow down a little.
Well, I have some used chucks, but I'm not getting paid to clean you up. Anyways, Darren and I are so honored to speak on behalf of our MSN class.
And we wanted to stay true to the nursing school theme and exhibit the same dedication that all of our classmates practice. So we wrote this speech this morning, an hour before it was due.
Well, everyone except Honey, who finishes all her assignments before the semester starts.
We wanted to do something grandiose for the speech, but the school wouldn't let me bring fire dance or bring a donkey on stage.
Yeah, delusions of grandeur, seems a little manic. Hey, Ben, do you by chance have any restraints on you? I hear psych nurses keep that on hand in case of emergency.
No, you're right. This is serious. This is the culmination of an extremely long road, a painful road of indentured servitude.
Do you mean clinicals?
Yeah, those things. Mixed with tons of debt and so much school.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
Are you kidding? It was like our lives were on hold while we slaved away on endless care plans and group projects. If it went on any longer, I would have dropped out.
Well, it's finally over and you're done and you don't have to think about school anymore.
Thank the stars. I don't ever want to see the inside of a classroom again, unless it's Saved by the Bell rerun.
So, what are you planning for your next stage of life?
Probably go back to school.
A DMP?
Probably, just because I want to put down doctor as the suffix when I fill out online surveys.
Wow, that is some dedication. As Florence Nightingale says, nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires exclusive devotion and as hard a preparation as any painter or sculptor's work.
Okay, you're doing it again. And I still don't have any tissues.
Kayleen, you're such a good nurse. You're always so prepared.
Yeah, she always carries an entire contents of Walmart in her bag at any given time.
Hey, a girl's got to be prepared for anything. Hey, Darren, by the way, how does it feel to be in the minority?
What do you mean?
Being a nurse.
MRSA? Where? Wait. What are you talking about? My hand hygiene game is on point.
I said nurse, a male nurse.
Oh, right. So at first I was like, awesome, I'm in a classroom full of women. But then I'm like, get me out of this classroom full of women. I think our cycles have even started to sync up. Usually happens right around test times.
Well, speaking of exams in school, the great thing about state is that it's really affordable, don't you think?
Yeah, sure, but how about all those hidden costs though?
What hidden costs?
We had at least 5 fees just to graduate alone. I mean, come on, this gown cost $75 just to rent for 1 day. But what really broke me was the cost of books.
What, you bought the books?
Aren't they required?
Rookie, what are you, an undergrad student? Why didn't you download them?
Well, what happened was, I was going to, but I remember last time I downloaded something, I got a virus.
Yeah, I think that what you downloaded was a little different in content, but I'm sure the picture was the same.
Probably right. Well, anyway, since I was scared from all that, my therapist told me to just get hardcover books. So I showed up at the bookstore to get my book bundle and brought a stick and a bandana to tie over my shoulder like Tom Sawyer, but instead they told me to back my truck around the loading dock.
Oh, stop your whining. Okay, I have a diagnosis for you. Chronic bilateral lacrimal secretions. To translate for y'all, a big crybaby.
Alright, well I have my own nursing diagnosis. At risk for going broke, related to medical costs and fixing my back as evidenced by kyphosis.
I don't mess with nursing diagnosis anymore.
Okay, Miss Advanced Practice Nurse, that doesn't use nursing diagnosis. I have this back problem that's been going on for a while. You can help me out, NP?
I got your back.
Oh, thanks. By the way, do people ever mistake you for doctors?
Only at least once every shift.
What do you do?
You know, I try to explain to them that I'm a nurse practitioner. Okay, the best way to do this is if we just role play.
Whoa! I require at least a few drinks before I do any kind of role playing.
Okay, just go along with it.
Okay, so I'm the patient.
Knock, knock. Hello, Mr. Jackson. My name is Asha. I'll be your nurse practitioner for today.
Hi, doctor.
No, I am the nurse practitioner.
Oh, you're the nurse. So when am I going to see the doctor?
No, you're seeing me today.
So you are the doctor?
No, I'm the nurse practitioner. I can do most of the functions of a doctor.
So why aren't you a doctor then?
Because I love being a nurse and I wanted to do more with my profession, so I decided to become an NP.
AKA your credit score wouldn't allow for that much debt? And you know what, forget it. I'll just go look it up on WebMD.
Wow, you are such a good actor. You sound just like my real patients. Next you'll tell me WebMD told you have 3 months to live.
I was saying that 3 months before my thesis was due. But the professor didn't accept my WebMD diagnosis, so I had to submit it on turnyourselfin.com. Man, what a pain.
It's turnitin.com. But wasn't it all worth it for this $30 pen?
So what is this pen and lantern thing about anyway?
Okay, so here's the history of the lamp. It's an international symbol of nursing. It symbolizes the lit lamp used by Florence Nightingale while caring for the injured soldiers during the Crimean War.
I just thought it was Florence went broke from all the cost of books and couldn't pay for the PG&E bill. So bam, out comes the lantern to find a way to cut costs at the expensive patient care in the style that we can look forward to if Trump care ends up going through. Hashtag, this is not huge.
Hashtag orange care.
Hashtag back to school for a new career.
On a more serious note, we'd like to acknowledge our struggle throughout this journey. It takes serious dedication to one's goal within an inner strength and greatness to overcome the struggles and sacrifices that arise in our path. Through the years, we have been through many hardships, and we couldn't have done it without each other. Darren and I are truly honored to be a part of your cohort. I am in awe of the brilliant minds that come to share fresh and unique perspectives every day. What amazes me the most is the gentle compassion for patients and the fierce passion for the profession. Learning alongside nurses is one of the greatest honors I've ever had. Being able to learn from each of these nurses has been such an enriching experience.
So although on this day, everyone is here acknowledging the dedication and struggle that we have endured to get here, I feel that we're just the beneficiaries of fortune that most people in this world really don't have access to. First and foremost, praise goes to the Most High for all the opportunities. But also living in this area, we do have some access to assistance for people with less means to realize their career goals by offering somewhat affordable schooling. But most of all, we want to recognize you all, those of you in the audience, many of which have supported us throughout this path, put up with our needy behavior, and are the real champions of this achievement, even if it seemed very behind the scenes at some points. So we want to take this time to thank you all. So please, a round of applause for the audience.
Thank you.
Okay, classmates, I want you to shout your most sentimental comment out right now. Okay, go. Okay, just... That was great. Where's my tissue?
Honestly, we couldn't have done it without your help and support. A few inspiring individuals we'd like to call out. Fred, aka the most interesting man in the world from the Dos Equis commercial. You are such an inspiration. You own your own business, you work full-time, you are in an accelerated school program, and you have filled the children quota for the whole class. So everyone else needs to stop having babies thanks to you.
And we also want to say something about Matt Demarest, but we weren't sure if he was going to show up today. Are you here?
We actually took bets because it would only be the 5th time that he showed up to campus in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And thank you to the faculty, staff, and preceptors who have provided us the stones of learning that have put us on the path of virtue. Thank you for putting up with our senioritis, complaints about our grades, and our attempts to correct your errors.
Although clearly you're only about the fame and fortune, evidenced by torturing yourself with extra years of schooling and then coming back to be a teacher and getting paid a fifth of what you could have somewhere else.
In conclusion, we wanted to share an emotional quote from an inspiring philosopher and poet by the name of Jay-Z. I got 99 problems, but nursing school is no longer one.
Great. I got just one more life parable, and then we'll let you go after that. I look at school as like being a Warriors fan. All my life it has sucked until now. Go Warriors!
Go Warriors! Go Warriors!
can't drop it.
That's all right, I brought another one. Nurses out.